Al Pacino's journey stands as one of the most remarkable stories in modern cinema, defined not only by iconic performances but also by an unrelenting devotion to the craft of acting. His life reflects the evolution of Hollywood itself, from gritty New York theater stages to global cinematic dominance. What makes his story compelling is not simply fame or awards, but the persistence of an artist who continuously reinvented himself across decades. He became a symbol of intensity, discipline, and emotional truth in performance. Yet behind the legendary roles lies a deeply human narrative of persistence, self-discovery, and creative hunger. This is not just the story of a celebrated actor, it is the story of a boy from New York who found meaning in storytelling and transformed it into a lifelong vocation. His career spans generations, influencing actors, filmmakers, and audiences across the world. Understanding his journey means understanding the power of art to shape identity, purpose, and legacy in ways that extend far beyond the screen. Early life in New York. Al Pacino was born and raised in New York City, a place that would later deeply influence his artistic identity. Growing up in an urban environment filled with constant movement, diverse cultures, and everyday struggles, he developed an early awareness of human behavior and emotion. The city became his first classroom, offering lessons in resilience, observation, and survival. From an early age, he was drawn to storytelling, often fascinated by the way people expressed themselves in everyday life. New York was not just a backdrop but a living stage where countless characters unfolded in real time. These experiences shaped his instincts as a performer, giving him an authentic connection to the kinds of roles he would later portray. The rhythm, energy, and raw honesty of the city remained embedded in his artistic expression throughout his career. Even as he rose to global fame, he often credited his New York upbringing as the foundation of his creative vision and emotional depth. Childhood challenges. Pacino's early years were marked by emotional complexity and adjustment, experiences that later contributed to his depth as an actor. Raised in a single-parent household, he learned early on about responsibility, independence, and adaptation. These circumstances shaped his inner world, encouraging reflection and imagination as forms of comfort and expression. Rather than limiting him, these challenges helped develop a strong internal focus and sensitivity to human emotion. He often observed people closely, learning to interpret behavior, tone, and expression in ways that would later become essential to his acting method. School life did not immediately provide clarity about his future, but it exposed him to structure and discipline. At the same time, his creative instincts began to grow stronger, especially in moments where performance and storytelling offered escape and inspiration. These early challenges were not defining limitations but formative experiences that helped build the emotional foundation of an artist who would later become known for his extraordinary depth and authenticity on screen. Discovering acting. The discovery of acting came as a turning point in Pacino's life, offering direction and purpose at a time when his future felt uncertain. His introduction to performance was not sudden but gradual, shaped by curiosity and experimentation. He found himself drawn to expression, voice, and character work, realizing that acting provided a unique outlet for emotion and imagination. Training became a central focus, as he immersed himself in learning techniques that emphasized truth and emotional connection. Acting schools and mentors played a significant role in refining his skills, encouraging discipline and introspection. He began to understand that performance was not about imitation but about living truthfully within imagined circumstances. This realization transformed his approach to life and art. Acting became more than a craft. It became a way of understanding people and experiences. It allowed him to explore identity, vulnerability, and human complexity. This discovery set him on a path that would define his entire career and establish him as one of the most respected performers in cinematic history. Pressure of success. With success came increasing pressure to meet expectations and maintain artistic excellence. Pacino faced the challenge of balancing creative integrity with industry demands. Each new role carried the weight of public and critical anticipation. Rather than avoiding this pressure, he often embraced complex characters that tested his abilities. The expectations surrounding his performances became a defining aspect of his career. While fame brought recognition, it also required constant reinvention. He navigated this by focusing on craft rather than external validation. The pressure encouraged deeper exploration of character psychology and emotional range. Over time, he developed a reputation for consistency and dedication, even under challenging circumstances. This phase of his career highlighted the demands placed on artists operating at the highest level of the industry. Despite the intensity of expectations, he continued to evolve, demonstrating resilience and commitment to long-term artistic growth. Serpico and method acting. A significant moment in Pacino's artistic development came through his work in a socially conscious drama that emphasized realism and immersion. His approach to the role reflected a deep commitment to method acting, where emotional truth and character study were central. He spent considerable time researching and understanding the lived experiences of the character he portrayed. This dedication resulted in a performance that was widely regarded as authentic and transformative. The film reinforced his reputation as an actor capable of deep psychological immersion. Method acting became a defining feature of his career, influencing his approach to future roles. It required emotional discipline and focus, often blurring the boundaries between performance and lived experience. This technique allowed him to deliver performances that felt immediate and powerful. The success of this role further established him as an actor willing to push creative boundaries in pursuit of authenticity. Continuing film success. As his career progressed, Pacino continued to deliver a series of critically acclaimed performances across various genres. He demonstrated remarkable versatility, moving between intense dramas, character studies, and commercial films. Each role added new dimensions to his artistic identity. Directors valued his ability to elevate material through emotional depth and precision. His continued success was not defined by repetition, but by evolution. He consistently sought roles that challenged his understanding of character and narrative. This commitment helped sustain his relevance across decades in an ever-changing industry. Audiences remained engaged with his performances, appreciating both his consistency and unpredictability. His body of work during this period reflects a balance between artistic ambition and professional endurance. It also reinforced his position as one of the most influential actors in modern film history. Creative struggles. Like many long-term artists, Pacino experienced periods of creative uncertainty and reflection. These moments were not defined by failure but by exploration and reassessment. He questioned artistic direction, role selection, and personal fulfillment within the industry. Such phases are common in long careers and often lead to reinvention. For Pacino, these periods allowed deeper understanding of his craft and priorities. He remained active, but more selective in his choices. Creative struggles often led to experimentation and new approaches to performance. Rather than retreating, he used these moments to refine his artistic voice. This phase demonstrated his resilience and willingness to evolve. It also highlighted the complexity of sustaining a lifelong career in the arts. Through reflection and persistence, he continued to find meaning in performance. Scarface era. One of Pacino's most iconic roles came in a film that explored ambition, identity, and transformation. His portrayal of a bold and ambitious character became a cultural landmark. The performance was marked by intensity, energy, and emotional extremes. Initially, the film received mixed critical reactions, but over time it gained cult status. Pacino's character became symbolic of ambition and excess in popular culture. His performance showcased his ability to fully commit to larger-than-life roles while maintaining emotional grounding. The film's dialogue and imagery became widely referenced across media and entertainment. This era reinforced his reputation for taking creative risks. It also demonstrated how performances can evolve in cultural significance over time. The role remains one of the most recognized in his career. Cult status growth. Over the years, Pacino's work in earlier films gained renewed appreciation and cultural relevance. Audiences rediscovered his performances through television, home media, and global distribution. His characters became part of popular culture, referenced in music, film, and everyday conversation. This growing recognition highlighted the lasting impact of his work. Films that were once controversial or misunderstood became celebrated classics. His performances were studied by aspiring actors and filmmakers worldwide. This cultural revival demonstrated the timeless nature of his artistry. It also reinforced his influence beyond the original release of his films. His legacy continued to expand as new generations discovered his work. Reinvention in 1990s. The 1990s marked a period of reinvention and renewed critical recognition for Pacino. He took on diverse roles that showcased both emotional depth and versatility. This decade reaffirmed his status as one of cinema's most respected actors. His performances were marked by maturity and refined technique. He balanced mainstream projects with character-driven storytelling. Directors sought him for his ability to bring authenticity to complex roles. This era also introduced him to a new generation of audiences. His continued success demonstrated adaptability and artistic longevity. The 1990s solidified his place as a cinematic institution. Scent of a Woman Oscar. A defining moment in his career came with a performance that earned him the highest recognition in acting. His portrayal of a complex, emotionally layered character resonated deeply with audiences and critics. The role allowed him to combine intensity with vulnerability in a powerful way. Winning the award represented both achievement and acknowledgement of decades of work. It was a moment of celebration within a long and challenging career. The performance remains one of his most recognized works. It also symbolized the culmination of years of dedication to the craft of acting. Personal life and relationships. Throughout his life, Pacino maintained a private and reflective approach to personal relationships. His commitment to acting often influenced his lifestyle and priorities. Like many artists, balancing personal and professional life presented challenges. Relationships brought moments of happiness, learning, and complexity. He has often spoken about the difficulty of maintaining stability in a demanding career. Despite challenges, he values the connections formed throughout his life. His personal journey reflects the realities of balancing art and life. Fatherhood journey. Fatherhood became an important and meaningful part of Pacino's life. It introduced new perspectives and responsibilities. He has spoken about the joy and learning that came with raising children. Fatherhood added depth to his understanding of life beyond acting. It also influenced his reflections on time, legacy, and priorities. Despite a demanding career, he made efforts to remain present in his children's lives. This role became one of personal significance alongside his professional achievements. Later career choices. In later years, Pacino continued to work actively in film and television. His roles reflected both experience and artistic maturity. He chose projects that interested him creatively, while also adapting to modern entertainment platforms. Streaming services and new media expanded his audience reach. His continued presence in the industry demonstrated longevity and passion for acting. Even in later stages of his career, he remained committed to storytelling. His adaptability allowed him to stay relevant across generations. Reflections on fame and work. As his career evolved, Pacino often reflected on the meaning of fame and artistic purpose. He viewed success as a byproduct of dedication rather than an end goal. His perspective emphasized the importance of craft, discipline, and authenticity. Fame, while significant, was secondary to artistic expression. He often described acting as a lifelong exploration rather than a destination. These reflections reveal a thoughtful and grounded understanding of his journey. His insights continue to inspire actors and audiences alike. Conclusion. Al Pacino's life and career represent a rare combination of talent, dedication, and longevity. His journey from New York stages to global cinema illustrates the power of persistence and artistic commitment. Across decades, he has contributed some of the most memorable performances in film history. Yet beyond fame and recognition, his story is one of continuous learning and evolution. He remains a symbol of what it means to dedicate one's life to a craft fully and honestly. His legacy is not defined by a single role or moment, but by a body of work that continues to inspire. In the end, his story reflects the enduring power of storytelling and the human desire to create meaning through art.